Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we're talking about mindful evening routines. If you are anything like me, then you can sometimes get into bad habits. You can perhaps go to bed too late, perhaps be um, watching movies late into the night and then having to wake up early and just being groggy and not focusing. So it's really valuable to have some kind of structure during the evening. So some sort of structure. You may like to use the word routine, but I think this is so many benefits. A great day starts the night before by going to bed at a sensible hour and going to bed in a good state, which means perhaps doing some mindfulness, doing things that are going to benefit you. So here's some suggestions for mindful evening routines. This one's really important, is to limit screen time. I'm sure you've heard this before, but the light from our devices, so our mobile phones, our tablets, laptops, televisions, the light that comes from those confuses our brains. Okay, so our brain mistakes that light for daylight. And of course, when our brains confuse that for daylight, we suddenly start to feel more awake, even though we're tired and it should be time to go to sleep. We get a different signal from our brain saying, oh, time to wake up. So the hormones and the chemicals that normally wake us up in the morning are now given to us at night, which is why it's sometimes difficult to fall asleep if you've been on your phone, if you've been looking at a screen for a while before bed. So you can either limit screen time, so that's by being disciplined and saying, right, for the last hour before I go to bed, I'm not going to look at any screen. Or if you have a filter, some phones have like a blue light filter. So it's that blue light that replicates the sun, I believe. So you can turn that on your phone. So just be strict. Know that it's going to benefit you in the long run. It might be difficult in the beginning. So limit your screen time and also your media consumption as well. So don't go on social media just before you go to bed. Don't check your emails, because you may see something which you're going to react to, is going to upset you, and that may hinder you from falling asleep. So please be very aware that media can affect your dreams. It can keep you awake. So yeah, no horror movies before bed. This is a great tip. Write down any worries that you have. So a friend of mine also had very bad anxiety, and what she used to do was just keep a notebook and a pen by the side of her bed. And if she'd lay in bed and she closed her eyes and she realized that she couldn't sleep because she's worrying, she would just capture those thoughts down on paper. And she swears by this. She says that really helps to switch off. And of course, the worries are still there in the morning, but it's almost like she's putting those worries to bed at night as well. And she's saying, right now, this is not important. I'm writing it down. I'll solve this problem. I'll worry about this in the morning. So consider doing that, writing down any worries that you may have. And of course, you can share those worries with somebody else as well. You can talk to somebody. Celebrate what went well during the day. So a great way to build self-esteem and self-confidence is through self-praise. So self-praise is more powerful, more effective at building our self-esteem and our self-confidence compared to somebody else. So for example, if I complimented you on something, you have to agree with it. You have to let it in. So you may be suspicious of my intentions. You may think, well, why is he saying this thing about me? I don't believe it. If you praise yourself and you mean it, it's because you believe that it's true. So a great habit to do, which could make up part of your mindful evening routine, is to celebrate what went well during the day. So you look back over your day and you just ask the question, what did I do well today? And it hasn't got to be a huge achievement. Often it won't be. We don't conquer great things every day. We don't climb mountains every single day, but there's always something that we do well. It could be something quite simple, like comforting a friend. It could be something as, completing that action or completing that project that you've been procrastinating on for months. In which case, recognize that, feel good about that. Okay, so really important how we spend the time, the last half an hour, even 2 hours before we go to bed. Be really careful of what you consume, so limit your screen time. If you do have any worries, of course, write them down or talk to somebody else. And absolutely make it a habit to celebrate what went well during that day. You can write that down. What I like to do is I brush my teeth at night. I'm there for 2 minutes anyway. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. So that's like my trigger. That's my reminder. Oh, now I've got to praise myself. It's a little bit weird in the beginning just because it's new, but it's a really nice way to end your day. And it builds your self-esteem and self-confidence, which is great as well. And I think it's all too easy to end our days on a bad note, looking and focusing on what didn't go well that day. And you may also be projecting yourself into the future, thinking about that thing that you have to do tomorrow, which you don't want to do, when actually you can be present and you can feel good before you go to bed. So thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next lesson.